Guardian's Approved Content Sources is an effective tool to communicate to your users on where to find your firm's approved content library and on the best practices of the types of Revit families permitted in your project models. Approved Content Sources is a rules-based feature that provides endless ways of protecting what and where Revit families are coming from. To start using Guardian's Approved Content Sources, it must first be turned on within the project configuration that is assigned to the project model. As with all project configuration settings, Guardian's approved content sources can be modified on a project-by-project basis within project settings. Under the cog icon is where the approved content sources rules-based settings can be found. In this dialog is the entire list of rules that have been established for this project configuration. The rules presented here are for demonstration purposes and may vary from those established by your firm. Common rule sets examples, as shown in this video, can be found within the resource article on Guardian's website. To create a new rule, simply select the New button and create the rule name. To demonstrate creating a rule is created to prevent users from inserting Revit families from their desktop. It is a best practice to prefix the rule name with the protection mode. This becomes handy when viewing and sorting all rules within the previous dialog. Much like the rule structure found within Revit's view filter settings, and/or sets and subsets can be established. As shown, an extensive list of conditions are available to create customized rules. In this demonstration, adding location conditions will trigger the rule when a user attempts to load a family from their desktop. As with all of Guardian's proactive protections, a monitor, guide, and prevent protection can be applied to each rule, in addition to send email and require comment. A custom command message can be created communicating to the Revit end user the company's location for approved Revit families. An important aspect of the approved content sources rules is the scanning and processing experience. This tells Guardian's project properties how to handle the incoming content. For instance, since the current rule set's protection mode is set to guide, once the user continues to load the family from their desktop, Guardian will process the Revit properties within those families while cleaning and purging those properties that have been mapped. For firms who have used Guardian to clean their Revit family library, a monitor-only rule set has been established for when content comes from their content library. The scanning and processing experience is set to do not do anything, as there should be nothing for Guardian to clean. Please reference the Guardian videos on project properties and transactions to learn more about the scanning and processing experience options. Now that the rule has been created, it is important to sort the rule as Guardian will process the rules from top to bottom and stop processing once the condition is met. It is best practice to place the more specific rules at the top and the broader rules at the bottom. Also, if multiple families are being imported that meet multiple rules established, the user will get a command message for each rule that has been triggered. To demonstrate the rule in practice, a non-approved Revit family is loaded from the desktop. The command message communicates to the user that the content catalog is the preferred location to get Revit families. While a single rule can be created to catch all conditions for non-approved content, it is best practice to create a rule for each specific action. This way, the user knows exactly why the Revit family they attempted to load triggered the Guardian command message. Guardian's approved content sources provides almost unlimited ways in which you can communicate to your Revit end users your best practices for sourcing and loading Revit families to your project models.